Hello and welcome back to our Greenskins campaign in the Old Realms, and indeed we're in a battle, and this is, well, I don't even know how many battles I've done, by the way. I have no idea. I have no clue. I have just been spamming them. I've been spamming them a huge amount, and, to be fair, the funny thing about spamming auto-resolves, I'm going to let you know this, just in case you're playing alongside me, because I didn't realize, but auto-resolving actually has an maybe unintended or maybe intended side effect. And, well, what I'm mostly referring to here is the war meter. Yes, so, you know the meter that's on the right side when you're playing as an orc. Yeah, by the way, we're against the dwarves in this battle. This is going to be actually really interesting because I've never fought these guys before. I have no idea how it's going to go, but hopefully it's going to go okay. I haven't really gone into many battles, well, manually, basically. So that's what I wanted to kind of get to here. So what I was talking about is there are some unintended consequences, shall we say. Unintended consequences about going into auto-resolves and only doing auto-resolves. So basically what it means is the war meter will completely deplete itself if you do not go into battles manually. If you go into a battle manually, then the war meter will be okay, and obviously you're going to want to try and do as much damage as possible when you're in that particular fight. But if you do auto-resolves only, the war meter will just disappear, and you will lose all of your party size, you'll lose all of your bonuses, you'll lose basically every single thing. And that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So that's the reason why you do need to be a little bit careful when you're doing auto-resolves and attempting to try to complete the objectives that you need to do for the quest. You need to try to make sure that you are entering some manual battles yourself and actually going in there and, spilling some blood. You need to spill some blood. Otherwise, you're going to be having some problems. But yeah, otherwise, I have been attempting to try to get to 200 in weapon skills as well. But obviously, as I said to you, I'm not really too concerned about doing manual battles. I'm kind of just trying to chip away at the amount of battles that we actually need to do, because of course we have a significant amount. We need to do 250 battles, and see, now here's the thing. The main reason why I say that this particular quest should have its shall we say requirements lowered a little bit, it's not because I want an easier time, right? It's not because I want an easier time. It's literally because it just takes ages, right? It just takes ages. That's it. That's all I'm saying right here. I'm not saying, oh yeah, I don't want to have a simple quest or anything like that. I don't want to literally be like, oh yeah, I should have a quest that is just like 5 battles. No, I don't need that. That's not something that I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the sheer amount that I would need to do. It's not a case of that being difficult. You see, that's the thing here. And what I'm mostly referring to is obviously the brawls, right? The brawls and to a certain degree the tournaments, even though the tournaments are not as bad. But there are so many brawls, and you may think to yourself, okay, well, are brawls actually difficult? That's the question. You got to ask yourself, are brawls actually difficult? I'd say no. I would say that, they're pretty easy to deal with as long as you've got like a blunt weapon or something like that. You're not really going to have too many issues with it. For some reason, I'm sucking with my two-handed right now. Let's do some damage with my one-handed here. Try to get a little bit of skill with that. I have been attempting to level everything up, but polearm is going to be the most difficult in my opinion. These dwarves are insanely hard to kill. Have you noticed? Yeah, they are really, really tough to kill. I don't really mind dying there. We took a massive amount of damage as it is, so I'm pretty happy with our performance. And we did actually end up, getting a little bit of weapon skill here and there. So, yeah, I mean, that was our first fight against some dwarves, and you can see that we got 133. We actually faced the king. Look at that. We're actually fighting the king himself. Yeah, so we did end up losing. Ooh, we lost a lot of orc bosses. That's kind of harsh. Didn't really want to lose any of those because they're fantastic. As you can see, they were the ones that did the majority of the damage here for some reason. Why is that, by the way? Is it because I've just got so many of them? I assume that's the case, right? I assume that's the case. Anyway, we got 133 renown for that and 80 influence. And obviously, I'm going to be taking this guy prisoner. I want to try to remove him from the board. Same thing with this fellow. And look at that. We're going to get 1,200 teeth, which is extremely nice. And I am going to, of course, level these fellows. Yes, level these fellows up really, really nicely here. Now, here's the thing. I did get a companion as well. I did get a companion. And he is here. And he is going to be our steward. He is our steward right now. And the main reason why I did this is because some people were really, really helpful in the comments and actually said that the bosses, quote unquote, are companions, probably. They are probably companions, as you can see. Big boss, you know, I mean, kind of says it, right? Kind of says it. So that's really, really nice. That means that what I'm able to do now is we're able to generate teeth without us basically having to do battles, or at least at the very least. Maybe it's actually going to be kind of good. Anyway, whoa, no wonder they're so difficult to... Wow, okay, yeah, dwarves are insane. Look at this. Look at that. This item provides its wearer with 10% fire resistance, but look at the body armor. Look at this insane body armor right here. I mean, I would have expected orcs to have crazy good armor, but the dwarves are in a league of their own. Look at this. Look at this helmet. Yeah, well, when we get our hands on our own dwarven character, I'm assuming this is going to be crazy good too. Let's actually... Wait a minute. I want to see what this does. What is this? 3 extra HP. Okay, yeah, so there are some really, really cool, like, enchanted gear here. Really, really nice to see that, actually. Anyway, I'm not going to donate that. I'm literally just going to take it because what I ideally would like to do... I haven't become a vassal yet, by the way. I decided not to become a vassal yet because it's... Well, it's going to give me a lot of cash, right? It's going to give me a lot of cash to remain a mercenary at the moment, and I kind of want to do that instead. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm chilling out here with. And this is where I currently am. I'm at Jura Peak. I already did a brawl, as you can see. And, yeah, I'm going to show you my progress. Obviously, it's... as I say, it is a little bit ridiculous, the amount of stuff that you'd actually need to do to complete the quest. As I said, it's not difficult. It just takes a long time. That's the main reason why I'm saying it should be reduced a little bit, right? Okay, let me actually just have a quick look-see here. No, we're fine, okay. We are overburdened ever so slightly. Okay, that's kind of crazy. I could get rid of the meat if I wanted. We could get rid of the iron ore as well. Might as well get rid of some of this stuff. Why not? I don't really need any of that. We got a banner, decrease morale shock. I don't really care about morale shock, to be honest. Okay, so let me just wait here for some time, obviously, first of all, because I'm gonna need to regenerate. I am being the medic, by the way. I am actually being the medic for our forces here because someone said in the comments that there are no orcish medics. So I was like, oh, okay, might as well be that myself then, right? Might as well be that myself. Kind of makes sense. Okay, so I do have an attribute point here as well, and as you can see, we did just get the vigor attribute leveled up, so that's absolutely fantastic. And considering the fact that I am probably not going to be smithing, I'm not going to smith with this character. I am instead wait, yeah, no, I think I need to do that. Yeah, okay, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I will actually spec into endurance here. Usually what I would do is I would wait until I get smithing to, what is it now? 225. Wow, really? Wow, yeah. I'd need to get it to 225 to be able to get that point in endurance, but I'm not going to do that, obviously. I'm going to spec into... Wait, do I need to... No, I don't need to spec into vigor. So, yeah, I'm just going to get that point in endurance right here, and there we have it. Okay, so that's good. And now let's go into the career screen here, because obviously I did level up twice, which is pretty nice. And we're going to see here. So arm to the teeth makes the boys proper killy for some time. That's always very nice, isn't it? And arm to the teeth is better killy with polearm points, so it does more damage. And we could go for this. No more stumbling from puny hits. I mean, that's kind of cool, right? I think that's kind of cool. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one, which basically makes it so that our ability makes our people do more damage. And then we're going to be speccing into this, which means that no more stumbling from puny hits. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. There we go. So that's it. That's what we're going to do here. And yeah, okay. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Ooh, look at that. I actually got to 75 medicine. That is actually perfect timing, because now we get Doctor's Oath. Doctor's Oath is probably one of the most synergistic perks we can get with the Orc as well, because of the way that prisoners work to provide us with teeth. Because imagine we just, we basically just, apply our medicine skill to our opponents, and we are able to take many, many people prisoner, and then we convert them into teeth. Yeah, that's pretty crazy cool. I like that a great deal. Anyway, let's just give this guy back, I guess. Why not? I mean, I could just technically leave him in the void, but well, there's no real point. He's gonna get ransomed or escape at some point in the future anyway, so it's not really going to do much. Anyway, let's take a look at the quest. So as you can see, obviously, it doesn't really matter about the weapon skills. The weapon skills are just absolutely, big who cares. That's going to happen at some point in due time. And then we have arena battles. I've done 3 tournaments, as you can see, because I've there's 9. And I've done 8 brawls. Yeah, I've done 8 brawls. And then I also, obviously, I did duel another 2 lords. I need to get many more of them, but it's pretty easy to get into duels with the lords, and they're always up for a fight, right? They're always up for a fight, so pretty cool on that. Otherwise, yeah, the battles are going to be kind of harsh. I've been auto-resolving so many battles. It's actually insane how many I've gone into. It feels like I've gone into a lot, but obviously, as you saw right there, we've just done 35. I mean, for me personally, I feel like 35 is pretty good. Don't get me wrong, I feel like that's pretty decent, but maybe it's not as good as it would otherwise need to be. I don't know. Maybe I need to do more. Do I need to do more? I guess so, right? Yeah. Wow. There's a lot of dwarves here. I have to be really, really careful about dwarves, because they're super, super difficult for us to deal with, or it feels like that at the very least. Now, I need to actually just check something real quick. Let's actually have a look here. So let's go over here. I kind of want to get some more black orcs. I don't think I can actually get those. Yeah, I mean, I can't get those from here, at least. I can get them, but it's gonna be a little bit of time. You know what? I'm literally just gonna wait until we are back to... Oh, wait. I can actually heal everyone. I can heal everyone, or we can get two-handed skill. Do we want to get two-handed skill, leadership, and tactics? Do we care about that? Or do we want to restore ourselves? I think we're actually just going to restore ourselves real quick, even though that does remove the ability for me to gain medicine skill, because obviously medicine skill is fantastic, and we need to get as much medicine skill as we can. But we're just going to do this the old-fashioned way, and we're going to try to... Ooh, hello. Okay, yeah. So this guy, for some reason, felt like he should run away from us. Why was he running away? Look at him. He's actually really, really strong. Look at that. I'm kind of a bit weirded out by the fact that he was running away, but oh well, never mind. Let's see what we can do here. Let's try and do some damage. Let's do some damage. And yeah, we're obviously going to get this guy to be the leader of one of our parties here as well. Okay, so first of all, they've got 40 archers, and you know what that means. Yes, guns. Yes, guns. It means guns. So what we're going to do is we're going to try, if we can, I'm not sure how that's really going to go, because obviously guns, it very much depends on what they've decided to put in here, the modding team, obviously, what kind of guns, what kind of, effect the guns actually have. Are they capable of penetrating shields, for example? Are they capable of penetrating shields? I don't know. Maybe. I guess they probably would be, but yeah, this is going to be a relatively simple fight here for us, because most of the time what we're going to do is we're just going to try to surround the opponent, and because dwarves don't have any cavalry, it's going to make things extremely easy for us, because I don't need to worry so much about, you know, for example, the Bretonnian cavalry are always annoying to deal with. They're very annoying to deal with, because they just run around, and, you know, they basically extend the duration of the fight by a significant margin, so yeah, it's always kind of annoying to deal with. But otherwise, let's actually just make sure our guys are over here. There we go. And let's get some other people over to the side here. I want to try to make sure that we have a bit of a flanking action going on. Yeah, obviously, it's a little bit problematic. There we go. Okay, we're getting into position. It's taking us quite some time to get into position here, but that is to be expected considering. Now let's tell our main forces to charge in, and then we are going to be coming in from the side with our other force, as you can see right here. And shall I just tell them to charge right now? Maybe. Let's do it. Okay, let's tell them to charge. I'm going to go with one-handed once again. Just going to literally go with one-handed. Just try to do as much damage as possible. These guys are insanely well armored. It's actually crazy how much we are having to do to even kill one of them. Look at that. Obviously, I am going to level up medicine skill really, really nicely here. Okay, so I feel like we're doing pretty well here from a perspective... Ow. From a perspective of being able to just come in and do damage. My forces are flanking quite nicely. Unfortunately, they are fighting the infantry, which is not exactly what I wanted, but oh well, never mind. I guess I could have probably told them to do a little bit of harassing of the enemy gunners and stuff like that, but I felt like maybe I'd be enough. I don't know. I think we should be fine. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm not going to get shot and killed that easily. I actually seemingly are... am I surviving pretty well? I guess so. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, not too bad. Let me switch to my two-handed. Okay, that doesn't do as much, hilariously enough. Yep, and I'm dead. Okay, well, that is to be expected. I did get headshot, didn't I? Yeah, I did get headshot. So why are my forces failing so badly here? Is it because the dwarves are so extremely good? I guess so. Alright, so we're coming into a brawl here just because I want to actually show you how it is to go into a brawl now. Oh yeah, this guy's on my team. That is hilarious. Oh yeah, it's because I haven't had a companion until now. That is so funny. Okay, yeah, so generally, obviously, when I go into a brawl, I didn't have a companion beforehand, and I was like, yeah, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do this all solo, but yeah, now we do have one. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty easy, because our guy is actually doing massive damage, as you can see right there. He actually managed to defeat one of the enemies. I'm actually kind of surprised about that, because usually companions are... Well, I'm not going to mince words here. Most of the time, companions kind of suck. So they're not going to be as efficient or dangerous. As you can see, he just got himself killed, but that's okay. I mean, we don't really need to worry about this. I mean, these guys are literally just orc boys, right? Orc boys are the lowest tier... the lowest tier of unit. So, of course, brawls are not going to be that difficult. They just absorb time. Alright, so in an effort to be a little bit quicker in these tournaments, I've actually foregone doing any of the betting, because there actually isn't that much I'm going to gain from this, as you can... You see how quick that was? Yeah, that was very easy, wasn't it? Yeah, that was very, very simple. And there you go, we got some renown, and obviously it doesn't really matter. All I really care about is just winning the battle, winning the tournament, and getting that additional credit towards the quest. And here we go, another final round for us right here. We're up against an orc boss this time. Obviously, they do give us a blunt weapon, which is absolutely amazing, and it really does make things a lot quicker for us, and we don't really have anything to worry about. There you go, boom. 162 in one-handed, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to be going in against an Empire vassal. This guy is pretty close by to pretty much every other fief that we've gone to so far. I did a couple of extra brawls here, because most of the time what I like to do is I like to just stop in at some of the nearby towns. One of the things that I have noticed, however, which is definitely something to be a bit aware of if you're playing as the orcs too, is brawls can only be done at orcish towns, right? And, you know, as I said, It doesn't matter whether the original culture of the town was something else. For example, Empire, Bretonnian, whatever. As long as the orcs currently hold that town, you can then do a brawl there. However, the main problem that we're going to have in future is if the orc factions are eliminated, or at the very least if they are, you know, having some issues with, you know, conquering, being conquered, whatever, you know, stuff like that. And there are very few, you see where I'm going with this, right? And there are very few towns remaining, or that, you know, that are actually owned by orcs. Then you're not really going to have the ability to do the brawls that you need to do to complete the quests. And yes, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. It might be a bit of a problem, might be a bit of an issue. So that's also a bit of a problem if you are going to play as the orcs, and potentially if the other factions get themselves eliminated or something, you might have some problems actually even completing the brawl objective because the orc factions get themselves conquered in some way or another. So yeah, that is a bit of an issue. Of course, I'm going to tell my forces just to charge in here. I don't think we really need to be super careful against the Empire. I feel like Empire is quite different. Well, quite different from the dwarves. I don't think we really need to be super careful about fighting them. As you can see right here, I can just wade in and do massive damage. We've got 176 in two-handed now. I'm kind of hoping that we can do a bit more. There we go. Nice damage, nice damage. Okay. The question is, should I get off my mount and actually do damage normally? Should I just do that? Because we can then use our career ability. Unfortunately, we can't use the career ability on horseback. Otherwise, I would have done that many times already. Unfortunately, you know, it's just how it is. Which is fine, you know, that's okay. I don't really need to use it on horseback super badly, obviously, because it is a little bit difficult to use, I'd say, probably, while we're mounted. But yeah, you could see here, 183 in two-handed now. Look at that. We were literally just at 176, so it is very quick to level up, but you are going to need a lot of enemy targets that are just willing just to kind of stand there and, you know, take the damage. And I'm just very pleased that I have a good two-handed weapon, because if I didn't have a good two-handed weapon, we'd be here for 10 billion years. You know, we'd be here for quite some time. So yeah, I'm actually really pleased that we were able to find a good two-handed, because the polearm is going to be a problem, in my opinion. I feel like I'm going to have an issue with this, because yeah, sure, look at this. I can do some damage with it, but for some reason, I'm just not able to kill things. It just has a very low base damage in comparison to what you would otherwise want to have from a slashing polearm. Obviously, I could use it as a thrusting polearm, and that might make sense. Let's actually try it. Yeah, it does a little bit more damage, as you can see right there, but still unable to get kills. So, yeah, there we go. There's one. Okay. Maybe I need to use it as a thrusting polearm more. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a little bit more difficult to use, because obviously I need to be on point with my accuracy, but no, it's not doing too badly. Unfortunately, we are still only at 146. What is going on? What is going on with that? Anyway, we do have 98 medicine skill now as well, which is pretty nice. I don't really mind dying here, as I said. It doesn't matter. I just need to try and generate as much skill as I can, as many skill points as possible. Obviously, that's not really the main deal here. The main deal is actually just completing battles and trying to complete the other objectives of the quest. Now, I am actually thinking that we might want to become a vassal now, because we're well, we're pretty good, you know, we're pretty good right now, don't you think? I mean, we've got some pretty nice amounts of cash. I mean, I've got a huge amount of teeth. It would be nice if I could generate teeth, though, from fiefs. And I'm kind of hoping that we're going to be able to do that. So I think we should become a vassal, and then we should try to besiege something. I'm not sure if that's really going to work, or whether it's going to pay off at all, because let's face it, usually it doesn't. Usually that kind of thing doesn't. So I'm just going to see. I'm just going to see if we can maybe speak to this guy. Hello there. I'm also going to be dueling him. Wait a minute. I'm at 35%. Okay. Yeah, we might have a bit of a problem with dealing with this guy. Maybe not. Oh, he's got a big two-handed. Wow, that thing is kind of scary. If he hits me with that, I have a feeling it's going to crush through blocks and probably kill me instantly. Thankfully, he just literally didn't even bother. He didn't even bother trying to swing it once. So that's pretty fantastic for us. That's another little duel on the counter there. Thank you very much. And he's actually giving it, yeah, he's actually giving us some pretty nice. This is actually a really nice, like, side effect of the dueling. I very much appreciate that, to be honest. I think that's pretty fun. Okay, so let's have a look here. I wish to be more than a mercenary. I will find and talk to Warlock. Oh no, he's currently near Crush Rock. Okay, wait a minute. Can I actually fight this? No, okay. Give it 14 more days. Oh no, 14. Wow. Okay, so yeah, you can't spam the duels. Of course, you can't spam the duels. That is obviously to be expected. Okay, let's fight the goblin. Let's see how we can do against him. Obviously, he's going to be a little bit more. Oh wow. Okay. What? What? Did you see that? I completely missed him, even though it went right through him. Okay, I think it's a goblin thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a goblin thing, but there we go. That was nice and easy for us. Okay, so one thing we got to do, obviously, right here, right now, we have to be very careful about these parties right here over to the right. We might have some problems getting away from them. Because I am actually slowed right now, so kind of a little bit. No, we're oh, hello. Okay, no, no, thank you. I don't really want to fight anything that's massive. Okay, so let's have a look here. Where is Crush Rock? Where is literally Crush Rock? I don't even know. Is it a town? Is it a castle? I wouldn't know. I guess I'm going to have to. I guess I'm going to have to look it up, aren't I? Crush Rock. Where is it? Up here? Ah, okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, let's go up there and actually see what's happening. I could go into some auto-resolves against these guys. It's actually quite simple to get into auto-resolve battles against bandits and things like that. They all seem to move relatively slowly, which is actually really good, and it does reduce the frustration level a great deal when it comes to getting into battles against bandits. Obviously, if they have a really small party, it's going to be much more difficult, especially considering I'm literally moving at 2.0, as you can see right there. Very slow, because we are just overburdened. Alright, so what we're going to do is going to spec a couple of perk points here. So we're going to get Best Medicine, obviously. It's going to be extremely useful for us. And we're also going to get Terror. I absolutely love Terror. Probably one of my favorite perks in the game, if you're using two-handed, of course. And as you can see, polearms are going to be a bit of a problem for us. So what we're going to do is... actually, did I spec into something else real quick here? I think I spec'd into something else. What did I spec into? I actually have no idea what I just spec'd into. Okay, I think I no, I got Thunderous Charge. That's it. Yes, I got Thunderous Charge. That does also do battle morale penalty. So if I'm getting two-handed, right, two-handed kills, and I am getting, well, mounted melee kills with two-handed, it's going to be a double whammy. So we're going to get Terror and we're going to get Thunderous Charge at the same time. Really nice in my opinion. So that's kind of what I'm going for there. And obviously we did level up one more time. So what are we going to do? Hardiness is 10% better when we're in a blocker. Well, which is probably a shield, of course. Yes, it's a shield. So we're going to probably go for that. Thank you very much. Now, I haven't used my career ability in quite some time, so I'm thinking that we're probably going to need to do that sometime soon, aren't we? I feel like that's probably going to make sense. Wait, is there a brawl available here? I can't remember how long ago I have come here, so I'm going to go... Oh, dear. 2 days. Okay, yeah, I was obviously here. Okay, so this guy, for some reason, I can't find him. I can't find the enemy... Enemy? No. Why do I always say that? I don't know what it is, but every single time I ever want to say ally, I always just go, yes, enemy. Yeah, I always go, I don't know. Why is that? Why is that? I have no idea. Anyway, the point is, I was trying to find the allied leader. Yes, allied leader, not the enemy leader. And I can't find him for the life of me. I don't know where he's gone. So I'm actually wondering whether there is a messenger system in the game. I don't think there is, but I'm going to see whether there is. I don't think I actually even checked whether there was. But this guy right here was raiding one of our villages, and I was kind of thinking to myself, yeah, you know what? We're actually going to do some damage to him, because why not? Might as well get a little bit of polearm skill. little bit of polearm skill. Unfortunately, these guys, as you can see, do have a significant amount of cavalry. And as I've said in earlier parts of the episode, dealing with Bretonnian cavalry is probably one of the most annoying things that we can have to deal with here. So I'm gonna maybe try to do a little bit of damage somewhere else. I'm thinking, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get off my mount real quick, and we're gonna use arm to the teeth, and we're gonna see what we can do with that. Maybe it's gonna be somewhat fun. Let's do this. There we go. Because bear in mind, I'm gonna buff my forces, right? I'm gonna buff my forces pretty dramatically. Wow. Okay. It's actually doing a lot. It's actually seemingly pretty good. And as you can see, it buffs them for about, I don't even know how long it buffs them for, but it buffs them for like, what, 8 seconds or maybe 10 seconds or something like that. And obviously our cooldown is only 16 seconds total. So if you imagine that, you know, you're basically getting a, what, 60, 70% uptime on the buff, if you're using, you know, your ability consistently in the battle, then you're going to have a great time. Then it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, the polearm is very, very, well, limited when you're on foot, so I won't be able to do much with that. However, I will be able to, of course, buff our people. I don't know whether it's an AoE around me or whether it's a buff that just goes off in the area of where I cast it, and whoever is in that area gets affected. You see, that's the deal here, right? That's the deal. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to try our best and see what... Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, we've got a lot more people here. Oh, yeah, here we go. That's what I like to see. How much... What's my... Oh, my one-handed needs to level up pretty dramatically, so I am just going to go for it. I'm just going to spam attack here, try to kill as many of these guys as I can. We're also going to use arm to the teeth again. Look at that. Nice. I kind of wish it would give me weapon skill. I don't think it does. But maybe I'm just not seeing it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it gives me any weapon skill, which would be really nice. If it did actually give me weapon skill, it would be fantastic. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, we basically took very, very few casualties here, and I'm going to continue looking for our leader. Now here we go. It's time for us to speak to this guy and actually see what we can do with him. Now, can we duel him? Yes, we can. Okay, that's cool. I actually didn't realize that we could do that right away. Didn't I already fight this guy? I felt like I've already fought this guy, but has it already been 2 weeks? No, it hasn't, right? Anyway, this guy is going to be a similar situation to the one beforehand. They just can't do anything with this large weapon. It's just going to take way too long for them to swing. So it's very, very simple for us to eliminate them. Not that much of a problem. And yeah, I think we're almost done with that particular portion of the quest. So not too bad. Yeah, oh, nice. Orc boss. Very good. Okay, yes, give me all of this. Thank you. Yeah, that's very useful. Okay, so I'm going to speak to him now, and I'm going to try and see if we can become... Yes, I wish to be more than a mercenary. I am ready. Yes, there we go. Okay, wait. With the big axes, we's going to chop 'em till there's nothing left of them gits. If you's ever not happy by me chopper, Gork'll stomp on me flat into the ground. I actually read that completely wrong, didn't I? Yeah. Gork'll stomp... Gork'll. Yes, Gork'll. Yeah, I don't know. That threw me for a loop right there. All right, so I love the... I gotta say, I love the orc speak. I think the orc speak is absolutely hilarious. It is so funny. Okay, so he's actually giving me what? Are you serious? Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to... Oh dear. Okay, what am I gonna have to do here? I'm gonna have to get rid of some goblin archers, these guys, I guess, and then the black orcs. There we go. Black orc berserkers. Wow, we got loads of them, actually. We got loads of them. Yeah, I'm just gonna take every single one that I can. Am I not going to level up into the next clan tier soon? I feel like we really do need to level up into the next clan tier. That is going to be extremely, extremely impactful for us. Oh dear, look at how many I was... Oh no, I've just gone way too overboard here, haven't I? Let's try and get rid of some of the goblins, even though they are actually increasing my army capacity. So yeah, this is actually kind of harsh. Oh well, never mind. If I knew that he was going to give me so many, I would have been like, yes, give me all of that, thank you. You know, I would have been like, yeah, this is going to be so good. Oh well, never mind. A lot of those got wasted now. Use part of me mob now. Go and get to smashing before I stab ya. There's no way that he sounds like that, actually. There is no way. Not in a million years. But there you go. Okay, so what's really cool now is we have 6 out of 12, as you can see right there. I've done 16 out of 75. I can't believe it. 16. That is so terrible. Okay, yeah. So we are now a part of their faction. And this means that I might be able... I don't know why that's still marked. I might be able to go over to one of these places and actually capture it. I'd love to capture the Black Orc Fort. Shall we try it? Shall we try it? Yeah, I have less company size now because I got rid of so many goblins. That is so sad. Okay, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of these as well. This is very bad and annoying. Yeah, I don't really like losing people like that, but I don't really want to have people desert. Because if they desert, then that's going to be even worse. But yeah, that's just how it goes, I guess. Okay, I'm going to make my way over to the Black Orc Fort. Maybe we're going to be able to capture it. And hopefully, we'll be able to, well, claim it for ourselves. Let's cross our fingers, shall we? Alright, so I did level up once again, and we're going to spec into polearms here, because let's face it, I feel like we kind of need the assistance getting that leveled up, and otherwise I am... Oh, here we go, we actually do get a little bit of extra army size. That's kind of nice. Okay, I'm definitely going to be taking that, I think. I could take more damage for arm to the teeth, but you know what? I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to go for the 25 more orcs. We're in a battle against some Bretonnian vassals here because they, of course, want to stop us. Yeah, there aren't that many food supplies here, so I should technically have a very... Oh, hello. What is this? This is a very interesting, okay, a very interesting siege map, or not a siege, but a very interesting field battle map. And we were just about to go in and actually fight some people in a siege, and it would have been very, very nice if we could have accomplished this in some way or another. But yeah, as you can quite clearly tell, having some issues with that. So yeah, this, actually, you know what? Should I just stay here? I feel like I should just stay back here. I think that is fundamentally going to destroy the opponent. I think they are literally not even going to have any idea what to do. Because, are they going to charge? If they charge us, then this is going to be easy mode. Should I just be aggressive? I don't know. I kind of feel like being aggressive right now is the way to go. You know what? Let's do it. Because if they charge us, then we're going to give them a little bit of free damage, and I don't really want to give them free damage, so I'm just going to do that. Let's do some damage to these guys as well. Obviously, yeah. It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. Look at this. Look at the damage. It's just terrible. It doesn't do enough. It's just unfortunate. I need to get a better polearm if we're actually going to be getting this 200 skill point objective done. But we are a vassal now, so this obviously means everything, because now we can actually start capturing stuff. And there's only 2 days, as far as I can tell, only 2 days worth of food remaining in the garrison here, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, really, can we say no? No, we can't say no to that. That's just a no-brainer. We have to do it. And yeah, hopefully I will be able to... Wow, what is actually going on with these guys? Are they okay? Because I'm barely taking any casualties. Usually we're taking massive amounts. But I guess, as I said, just going straight in, I think might have made the difference here, because otherwise they would have had the opportunity to use their lances. And I mean, the amount of damage I can do, unfortunately, with this is very limited when it comes to dealing with these higher tier units, because they just have so much armor, and as a cutting weapon, a slashing weapon, as we know, is not really going to do that much. So you're going to either have to get a significant amount of speed boost from your mount, or you're going to have to hit them in the face. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. So maybe I can get a little bit lucky here and there. I don't know. I mean, as you can see right there, a nice little 59 damage hit. Not too bad. But, of course, yeah, it would be better if it was more. Oh, there we go. Yes, nice, nice. Look at that. We got 2 skill points for eliminating that questing knight. That's the only thing that's a bit of a problem with facing Bretonnia. You are going to be up against some very high-tier knights, and they are going to be very, very heavily armored. And, of course, as you might expect, it's very, very difficult to eliminate them with... well, with weapons like this. So I'm going to need to... I will need to get a better polearm, but I don't think I've actually seen a better one. That's the thing. I think what I would need to do is maybe get my hands on something that isn't an orc weapon, which is certainly not something... I don't really want to do that, you see. I'd prefer, if at all possible, to continue using orcish weapons, because I feel like they look cool, and, I mean, let's face it, you know, it's been added in this update to the old realms, so I'm kind of like, yeah, you know what, I actually would like to continue using the thing that was implemented, you know? I'd kind of like to continue doing that. So yeah, anyway, let's actually see here. Let's get some Orc Berserkers. Why not? We don't have any of those. So I think that sounds pretty fun. And yeah, we'll just do that. There we go. We're going to be paying 13,000. Oh my. Yeah, that's kind of harsh. That's kind of harsh for us. I have so much loot, by the way, 90,000 in my inventory. I think that's primarily food. I think that's probably food supplies and stuff like that, probably food. So yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. And indeed, look at this. Now we've got this guy. Is he going to come in? Is he going to want to fight us? That's the question. He probably... oh, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm actually just going to leave right now. Because what's going to happen is, otherwise, yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. I don't really want to get in a situation where we can potentially be defeated, because then we're going to be all the way back at square one. Oh, now this is fantastic. This is actually a really, really nice perk for us specifically, because obviously we're having issues actually getting kills with our polearm. So 50% increased damage when you hit an enemy in the head with the polearm. I mean, really, how can you say no? That's just so good. And otherwise, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make our way back to Axfort, and I think that's probably going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.